This is Dave McCain with the Right Tree Genealogy. I'm doing a video. This time I'm going to do it on Find My Past. It's a site that several people use, and I want to cover some of the basics. So let's get started. You go in and you type into the menu bar to look up Find My Past. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on this first one at the top here. You can also find it where it says Find My Past. And actually I'm going to click on this one here. I clicked on that and it takes me to this home page. Find My Past is another one of those websites a lot of YouTubers that do genealogy show you. I use it on occasion when I'm unable to find records. I actually find where a record exists. They don't have the image, but I can go into Family Search now that I know the record, and I can go and find it that way, even though I was unsuccessful finding it on Family Search using the record search, the catalog search, or advanced searches. So let's go back to this. This just happens to be another one of those sources that you can go into. It is a paid source, however. So back on this login page, it says, and let me move my image here down just a hair. It shows login, sign up, start free trial. The problem with starting a free trial is this is what you see when you get there. It's only 14 days like a lot of other websites. You can set up for a 1 month or a 12 months. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and log in with my account. I've logged in now, and this is the search page. Now I'm going to type in a familiar name that I've used several times searching, that you've seen me type in a bunch of times. Now what's nice about this one is you have a more span of years that you can use, and I'm actually going to do 20 years. Here's another thing you can do once you're logged in and set up an account. You could set up an ultimate, you can set up a trial. The trial usually gives you the highest level, trying to get you to buy that. Just to understand that. Use it extensively if you do sign up and get a login. Use it to the fullest. So I've typed that in, and notice that it says I have 24 items to view. It brings up the information. It says I have 24 sources to look at. Now the very top one looks interesting, is 1752 birth, but it says death 1754 in Scotland. Well, and in Edinburgh. That doesn't do me any good. Now over here to the side, I want to show this. I've actually looked at this one. If you've looked at a record before, if you go back in and using something again and say, oh, did I look at this before? If you've looked at it before with your login, it's going to show previously viewed record. Here's another one. It says South Carolina, and I scroll down and look and see what else I have available. Now here's a J. Now here's what happens. I want to go over here and show this to you real quickly. Now that we have landed on the search page, I have this automatically turned on. Include name variants. Okay, I can actually click this one as well, and look what happens. 9,356 if I allow for variants. Right now I don't want the last name to have variants, so I'm going to turn that off and go through this list. Another thing of importance is it shows view transcript. And even though I've viewed the image before, this is an image symbol. So you really want to look at ones that have the image, not just as transcript. So let's go down through here. Our guy was born in 1751. And here's one that was married in 1825 in Brighton County, Kentucky. We've looked in Kentucky before in my previous videos. But this guy at 1751 would not be getting married, most likely, in 1825. So let's go on down through here and see what else we run across. I've actually looked at this one before. This is Nicholas County, J. McCain. I just looked at the previously viewed the transcript, but not the image. Continuing down, and I keep going down through this. When I have it restricted to the name has to be McCain spelled this way, I only get 24. Let's go back to the first page. Now what we're going to do is, instead of including all the variations, and I'll show you that in a minute, you change it to one that you want to check first. If I type that one in and hit view, you notice that I typed in intentionally M-C-A-H-E. Well, this is not correct, but this is how Find My Past has it. Each one of these companies has their own indexing, and they do not rely on 100% family search or ancestry, those type things. The thing I want to say here is they either pull in the primary indexed name source from the company, like family search, or when their person does it themselves, when they do the indexing. As I said in my previous video, here it is. This is MCANE, and this J swings down, unfortunately, just over top the N, and makes this record appear to be McCall, and not McCain, but it's actually McCain. You can't do the same thing you do on Ancestry or Family Search, but there is a button here that says Report an Image Error. Okay, you can click on this, and you can qualify what you want to say. So I have typed in poor quality instead of wrong image. And for speed's sake, I'm going to go ahead and paste in what I've typed in as my correction. This is a transcription error. This image is of Joseph McCain, not Joseph McCall. Upon detailed review, the J from the John Sellers Jr. is over the N in McCain, making it appear to be an H. This is a known error in Family Search and Ancestry. I'm going to submit the report. There's no guarantee that they'll make that change. On Ancestry and Family Search, you're able to put that as a supplemental correction, but I haven't noticed where you can really do that on Find My Past. Others may have found that ability, but I have not, so that's how I will correct one like that. Now, going back to the rest of this video, we're going to go back here, and if you notice now, it says we've looked at the transcript of the item and we've looked at the image of the item. Let's go back in and let's type another name. Notice again it does it lowercase. Now in this particular one, I typed in McKeon. That's another alternate known name for this individual. Now I'm going to go ahead and say I want to say in Kentucky and hit view. I'm going to go ahead and look at this image. And in this case, so you go in here, you're actually able to see a beautiful rendering of the record. No issues there. You actually can go up in the upper corner. You can say about this record. It tells you what it is. And copyright about this record. Copyright statement, there's none because this is a government record of old times. You're able to download this and print it. Start a tree based off of this. Recenter it. You can full screen it. A lot of features you can do here. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to hit the clear all button. There are 3,506,875,384 records available on this site. Now let's just type in another name that he was born in about 1800 plus or minus 20 years. Actually, we'll say plus or minus 10 years. Real nice features there. Now I'm going to just type in Kentucky and hit search. So what this now does for me is this shows me another search. You can do a lot of features here. Notice I've got it set to the world down here at the bottom. You can change this to specific locations you want to search. I've got it set to the world at the moment. I'm going to actually change this to the United States and Canada and see if I changed that number. It did not. And you may need to, if there's too many records, then you turn this off. When you turn that off on Find My Past and hit view to update it, it's only going to show you the ones that have that first name exactly the way it is. Okay? Now you can say you want to see some variations of the name Carter, but still have the name Isaiah. Well, what's interesting about that is his quarter. Okay? And then here's a Cotta. There's a couple of other variations there. You're safer to specify the first name. So I'm going to take that back to just Isaiah and hit update. You can play with these, change these dates, times, see if it helps you. It dynamically changes. That's one nice thing about using this. And now it's showing me the 1822s, the 1830s, the 1840s. I hope this video was informative for you. The purpose of this particular video was to give you an introduction into Find My Past. Understand that you have options, and let's go over here. Over here in this section, if you click them and you say I want specifically that name and hit view, then it's only going to give the name that you specified. Play with them. Do what you can do on the basic searches. If you get a free trial, which is what I would recommend doing, just make sure you're ready to turn it off. Do the free trial. Search everybody that you can't find on Family Search or Ancestry. It's possible that the record is here. Their algorithm found it, and sometimes it's going to have an image, like in this case on the ones we were looking at a few minutes ago. There was actually an image, so you can actually look at the record and you can download it there. Some of them just have a transcript of the record, so you'll end up having to go try to find it or go to an actual location and find it. It's just another option for you to find records when you're digging into genealogy. I hope you find this video helpful. Please consider subscribing. Hit that button on the side there. Above me are some videos that you can watch for other content. Let's continue learning together.